Thank you very much for watching. There is some potential breaking news which we are trying to verify through other reports here, that apparently the brand new leader of Iran may well have been injured in a attack. Now, let me just read directly here. There are international sources we're double-checking here. The Daily Telegraph is reporting as we speak on their website that Iran's newly appointed supreme leader has been injured in strikes, according to Iranian state media, that he apparently had been wounded in what they are referring to as the Ramadan War. He's described as an injured war veteran right now. Israeli security officials believe that he was wounded but still alive after targeting in an airstrike. This is according to the reporting that is on the Times of Israel website. So that is a report. We will try to stand it up and give you more information about it before we go off the air, but no doubt more in a moment, of course, in the late debate, now featuring our mate Danica Di Giorgio. Congratulations and welcome to Primetime to Danica, and joining the boys in about 11 minutes. Mark Dolan is standing by, hearing the same news at the same time as we are. He works for TalkTV in the UK. And it again puts a little more highlight on an ever-growing situation that looks like it is remaining at the pace that it has been for some time, which puts a lot of pressure back onto Keir Starmer. We saw over the past couple of days that he started to say that he might eventually start to move what he needs to, ships into the area, but Trump's told him basically too late.
Most definitely. Paul, the expression the UK being America's poodle used to be an insult. Now it's a statement of fact. Our military has been so hollowed out over decades that America called the shots, which is why it's mystifying and mind-boggling that when the United States asked for access to UK air bases just to refuel their planes, our incredibly woke Prime Minister, who's in the pocket of the bloc Muslim vote in the United Kingdom, said no. This is extraordinary, it's unprecedented, and even his predecessor, Tony Blair, very successful Labour Prime Minister, 3 general election landslides, said this is crazy. When America asks for help, you show up. If America says jump, we say how high. It's a shame that that's the situation. We've brought it on ourselves. We're a classic example of a once great European democracy in decline as a result of political decisions, and now our Prime Minister can't even do the right diplomatic thing and be there for the UK's #1 ally. Be clear, Paul, without America's military might, we're toast.
Well, also, there had been such attempts from Starmer to build a bridge with Trump. We saw that when he was trying to do so in and around matters to do with Ukraine. Remember, there was the red carpet, the meet the king, the second state visit. There was all of these attempts to sort of position himself, not necessarily as the sheriff or the sheriff's deputy, but perhaps to be sort of the chief Trump whisperer. The decision here, and it's obviously based off the domestic politics of not wanting to be pulled in a direction where theoretically, and again, I love all these people about forever war. It hasn't been 2 weeks, right? Forever is longer than 2 weeks, okay? Now, the president has said a month. We all hope that it was over yesterday, but this forever stuff, it's sort of a bit of an example about our lack of attention span, that we think that a week or a week and a bit is the beginning of forever. But again, so he's trying to pull back. But again, the reporting that's around this evening, again, I'm trying to get our team to get further information about this new Iranian leader and potentially being injured. But your thoughts about him? I mean, surprise, surprise, they picked the son because they expect the son to be the new version of the dad, and because, of course, he, by definition, would be much younger. Well, there's a lot more road for him to run to be even harder than his dad was.
Well, that's right. And actually, there's trouble in paradise, Paul, because the Assembly of Experts, who are the shadowy group that choose the supreme leader — I'm not going to use the word elect because Iran is far from a democracy, but the
panel of
Assembly
experts feed income, please.
Well, this is exactly it. And it's a cartel, isn't it, Paul? And they choose the next Ayatollah. Interestingly, they don't like the incestuous and nepotism approach, right? It's not hereditary. It's by no means automatic that the offspring would get the gig. And normally it's about your level of clerical expertise, your expertise religiously, and of course your history of leadership. This guy is a nobody. He's come out of nowhere. He's a Mojtaba Khamenei, as you've just broken live on the show, now injured, which brings with it diplomatic implications. There's clearly no love lost between the Iranian regime and the US regime, and its new leader has not just lost his father, but has now been injured himself. He's 56 years of age. He's the second of Ali Khamenei's children. And it's interesting because the WikiLeaks in the late 2000s revealed that although we don't hear much from this guy, very little by way of footage of speeches or videos, he's known as a capable and forceful figure described in the WikiLeaks documents as the power behind the robes.
Yeah, the Times of Israel has further reporting about what we're suggesting here, that is being run by our colleagues and multiple other websites, the Daily Telegraph in Australia, the Sun in the United Kingdom, again, is that Iranian state television has reported on the ascension of the new supreme leader, that he has been wounded in the war, again referring to him as wounded by the enemy during Ramadan's war. They haven't elaborated, however, on exactly what or where the situation was. This is all, again, still breaking news, and that's the Israeli version of the news that, again, is starting to echo around the world. We'll all find out more in the next little while. Yes, from matters as serious...
Paul, if the boss has been hit, he's not going to be too happy, and this will have a dimension in terms of how Iran acts. Because I'm not convinced that Donald Trump wants regime change. I think he wants disarmament. And I think he'll do business with anyone. He'll even do business with this guy. But does this breaking news make that now impossible?
Well, I mean, remember, there was a scenario where Trump at one point was actually saying, well, we should be in the room to help pick that. That's not going to happen, right? But again, as it was with Venezuela, by the removal of the president and finding the new one, they've got a new person to deal with, and seemingly it is more friendly. As always, you're right across it, mate. We'll see you on TalkTV, and look forward to seeing you on your YouTube channel as well. Mark Dolan there in the United Kingdom.